Hi, Debbie. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Virginia. I'm a little early for once, but still not prepared because, you know, that's not the way I roll. Christo's from Australia. Hi, Chris. Hi, Laurel. You're excited, Debbie? I was excited too, and then it came down here and it all kind of fell apart. Hi, Tracy. Glad to have my usual victims, viewers along. Hi, Mary. Yeah, I wanted to play with this one, Debbie, and I had about 6 cards. Oh, you're at home tonight, Virginia. That's nice. Good. Nice to sleep in your own bed. I checked out the Artisan blog hop today that featured this suite of products, and there were so many amazing cards. I thought we're gonna have a play, and I had 3 or 4 that I was gonna copy, or case as we call it. Hi, Nicole. And I've really kind of farted the day away. All morning I sat around and I was doing different Canva posters and classes that I'm trying to figure out. Trying to do this all online. And so I spent the morning doing that. Oh, good for you, Virginia. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a keeper. Anyway, so I was busy all day on the computer, all morning on the computer. And then the afternoon, really, I kind of hit the wall and I really should have taken a nap. But I didn't. I ended up, what did I do? I did a bit of my puzzle. And I hung out with the kids a bit. And I did some coloring. And then, yeah, I just kind of farted around for a little bit. And then I came down, it was about 5:30, which is normally not what I do on these live videos. But I came down to figure out what I was going to do and thought I had the card all figured out. And it's going a little bit sideways. So I thought, well, I'd jump on and I'd get some feedback from the people. And you can help me finish off this card. Hi, Paulette. What else? What else can I tell you? Yeah, I'm more scattered than usual, which is just a little concerning for everybody. Hi, Coral. I just can't seem to get a groove yet. It's a new week, and of course it's a different week again, right? The kids are now back to school. And I don't know why that affects me, because they're in their rooms, but it does affect me. I guess just having 3 other people in the house, you know, we're all kind of mulling around, and I'm trying to come up with some fairly firm schedule times. Like, it's like, okay, you know, lunchtime is like, what, 12:25. Everybody, if you want to eat, that's when you eat, so that we're not having these constant interruptions. Like, I'm used to being alone for 7 hours a day, right? So Craig is down here, and I'm actually not down here as much this week. I've been upstairs more doing computer work, with yesterday being the last day of celebrations. I was at the computer all day. So I'm just finding it hard to get any traction. I'm not really sure. Hi, Glenda. Not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing or how I'm supposed to be doing it. And that's fine. I mean, I love doing the live videos. I love that. But if I actually want to keep my business going, I need to have classes, and that needs to bring in money, right? That's the bottom line of it. So I'm trying to figure out how to do, you know, product included classes, that everybody can take part in, but it means a lot of I have to plan much more in advance than usual. So I need to draft the posters. And hi, Pat. Hi, Susan. I need to do all that work to plan it and get it posted so that people have time to see it and RSVP. Then I have to order it. It has to get here, which is now taking a little bit longer because the way Stampin' Up has scheduled their shifts, they've got their distribution are working day and evening shifts and alternate days. So things, instead of being picked like the next day, is taking 2 or 3 days to get shipped. And of course, UPS is swamped, right? All of the Amazon orders. So I need a lot more lead time. And you know me, I'm usually last minute Sally, where I'm throwing things together 10 minutes before the class. So I'm finding it difficult to plan and just wrap my head around the whole thing. So I'm just going to do lives for now. You may have seen I did do a poster today that I have I have six ladybug sets with the dies coming through. So I thought I would do those as a free gift with orders of $100 or more. So if anybody is interested in this bundle, I know most people who are on here right now, you're demonstrators, but I'm hoping that if other people watch this video afterwards, that they might be interested in this this suite of products. So this one, the Ornate style, it comes with the well, you can buy. There's 2 different stamp sets and 2 sets of dies. There's an embossing folder, there's ribbon, there's jewels, there's paper. Oh, there might be something else, but I forget. You don't have to buy the whole thing. If you do, it's $185, $25, but you can just buy pieces of it. So I think I priced out, if you got the 2 stamp sets and 1 set of the dies, that's like $99. So if that interests you, saw that great idea. I only have 2 bundles, but will happily copy our idea. Absolutely, Tracy. Do what you need to do, man. It's you beg, borrow, steal. Anybody who can take my ideas and run with them. Anyway, so that's an idea that I might get some sales through, especially for this. So this is going to be offered in the new catalog, which comes out in June, in a pre-order, which is in April. So it's available in April. It's not available in May. Then it will be available in June again. But like I say, excuse me, if you follow some of the Stampin' Up artisans, they did a blog hop today. So the ones that I really fell in love with was the one by Alyssa Tilsner. She's from Australia. And there's one from Lauren Alarid. Hers is fantastic. And I've got one from Mary Fish that is more just with the designer paper. So there's just so much you can do with this. So like I say, I was having a bit of a play. And I thought I would maybe, well, I'll just get your guys's, that's a word, opinion. So I started, and I'll show you show you how some of this stuff is put together and how some of these techniques are done. So the coloring I did, and I just copied it actually directly from Alyssa. Let me find a piece of scrap that's clean. And so she used her blends. Now, and I'll show you how to color it. So if you're not avid colorers, you might not really get how to get good shading with our blends, or maybe you don't use the blends. So we can do a little tutorial on that. But I've spent a bit of time coloring. These are all the same color schemes. This one I actually outlined in black with my black blend, just to give it a bit of a border. Don't think that I love that though. So I've kind of ixnayed that. We might also have a little play with some of the dies. I went to use one of the dies the other day and it confused the heck out of me. Like, I don't understand this die. I saw it used on a few cards today. So what I might do as well is just run this through the Big Shot so you can see what they actually look like when they're run through, because they don't cut, all pieces don't cut and all pieces don't emboss. This one kind of confused me. There's edges. So if we get a chance, I might do that. Something tells me we won't get a chance, because you know how I get on these little tangents. What I thought I would do was play with some of our embossing paste. I'll back up. Alyssa's card. Oh, we're pixelated again tonight. Sorry, ladies. It's bound to happen. Alyssa's card was more or less something like this on an ombre background, but her background was green, and I believe it was old olive, and the top part was I think so saffron. So she had brayered it. Now this is one that I had done for my class on Friday, and I thought I would try to do it just like Alyssa's, and I don't like it. What she did was hers was more yellow, so it tied in better with her flowers, but she ran it through the brick wall. Can you post the names of the demos you were just talking about, please? Will do, Paulette. Absolutely. Yes. I'm trying to think. Something peach. I have it. Crafty Little Peach. Check that one out. That has a really pretty one on. And if you get into Crafty Little Peach, I think the blog hop feeds through there, Paulette. But Alyssa Tilsner. I think that's how you say it. Let me just I'm going to I'm going to pop into my other screen here. This one. Alyssa, A-L-I-S-A, Tilsner, T-I-L-S-N-E-R, Stamping Society, online video tutorials with Alyssa Tilsner. So she actually does a full video on how to do this coloring. But hey, you're here, so you can watch me do it. And of course, Mary Fish did, she's not in that blog hop, but she did a really nice card with it. Anyway, so I didn't love this. She had run it through the brick folder. And I thought, well, I don't love those colors. So how about, I was going to try to do one with these colors. And then I don't like it. I don't like it. So I moved on. What I thought we might do was use the embossing paste because I was doing that on the weekend. Now, the question is, where, no, I know, no. Okay. So here's my question to the people. Let me see. I got to scroll down because I can't see your comments now. I don't know what happened here. Oh, there's Sharon. Hi, Sharon. All right. So here's kind of my vision. I got all these pieces everywhere. What a gong show. All right. So I've got a white base that seems to be full of yuckiness somehow. Oh well, turn it over. My vision was something along these lines, and I'm going to do a brick background using my brick, what is this called? Mask. But I don't know what color, and maybe I need a bigger background, so it's actually, maybe I should just do it directly on here. We're going to use a bigger piece. Now, so my question is, am I going to do the bricks in Old Olive? Or am I going to do the bricks in Lovely Lipstick? Or am I going to do the bricks in So Saffron? Vote now. Well, I find my other papers here. So I think, yeah, I want a bigger background so it can show up better. I'm going to do this one. All right. So Saffron, says Tracy. I could also do it in a brown. Tracy says So Saffron. Blue, says Virginia. Had to throw that one out there, did ya? Huh. Tricky. Saffron, says Jen. Smoky Slate. Oh, Glenda, you are trouble. Okay, don't disagree. I like the blue. I like the gray. Crumb cake? Would crumb cake work? Anybody else want to chime in here? Jen Lemeroux, what do you say? You like the blue, huh? Well, I might just have to do a blue. I could do more than one, you know. All right, are you guys familiar with the paste? It's messy. I don't have any water here with me, so this is, you can see that I did not clean this very well at all last time. Big mistake. Huge mistake. Okay, I better clear off a bit of a space. Debbie likes the blue. Anybody else want to chime in? Now, the blue was actually Seaside Spray. Or something like that. Wonder where that is. Hang on. Let me find my ink refill. Here we go. Seaside Spray. It's like a periwinkle blue. Blue or yellow. Something subtle. All right. We'll do the blue. Jen? And I'm going to do this part first, and then I'm going to show you how to do the coloring so that this can dry before we use it. And hopefully we'll get this card done before bedtime. All right. So when it comes to using the embossing paste, you want to have more than a 1-inch square to work with, like I do. Right, so I'm just going to mask the area off a little bit here. It's going to be messy fun. So I've got my mask, and if you don't have these masks, we do sell them, but you can always make your own, right? I made a mask. Ugh. I didn't realize this was retired, but it is. And I've since put it away. I don't know. Something about backgrounds. I don't know what it is. Or where it is. Dagnabbit. Why would I know that? Anyway, I cut this out of acetate. And then I used it like a mask. So if you have a die that you like, you can always turn it into a mask and use it that way. So that's what I had done for my class on Friday. However, we do have a mask here ready to go. And this part always makes me a little bit twitchy. So I think I'm going to get out actually a second silicone mat. Now, if you don't have a silicone mat, first of all, get one. They're what? All of about $6 through me. I will be happy to hook you up. I might have 4, apparently. If one is good, 4 is better. So I'm actually going to bring out all 4 just because that's how I roll. I'm going to try to find some space over here. Good Lord, Tamara. Okay, so the reason you want silicone is because it just cleans up easier. If you don't have one and you have the paste and you have to try this tonight, you can use some wax paper, okay? But you're going to need something to put your paste on. Now, let's chat about our embossing pastes. We have a white one and we have a shimmery white one. They're both lovely. There is a silver one in the clearance rack. Do not get that, okay? I'm telling you right now. Don't get it. That's why it's in the clearance rack. It's not a great product. It's very watery and it doesn't set up nicely. So that's my public service announcement for now. This is our white paste and you will see that I have saran wrap on top of it. If you do not use a saran wrap, once it's open, it will dry out. I can guarantee it'll be hard as a rock. And I actually, for the class on Friday, I was really sad. 4 or 5 of the embossing pastes that we got in for the class were dry. It was a faulty seal. So, and this actually, it's starting to get hard right here. So, you know, once it's open, you don't want to let it sit for 3 years because it's going to dry out. You can reactivate it a little bit. So if it's getting a little hard for your liking, you can add a little bit of water to it and let it sit for a day or 2 and it will absorb some, but the consistency is not quite the same. And mine is already getting a little stiff. Okay. But this has been open for a few months. But it's not as whipped cream-like as I would like it to be. Okay, so this is just the plain white one. I'm going to put a dollop. I'm going to try not to use too much because I'll just waste it. But what I tend to do is I'll do 6 or 7 cards at a time. So I have about 6 or 7 of these now ready to go. Because once you've got it out, it's messy and it's a pain to kind of clean up. So if you're going to do it, mass produce, okay? So you're going to get a good dollop of your paste. Sorry, I think I froze up a couple times there, but and I'm pixelated, as always. So you're going to put a glob of it on your silicone mat or your wax paper. And then I'm actually going to cover this up right now so that I don't forget. Now, you can make this any color. Just grab your re-inker of your choice. And if you want it really dark, you add a whole bunch of drops. If you want it really light, I'll just do 1 drop. And then you just mix it together with your palette knife. So these are, I think, $6.75 for a set of 3 or 4 of these tools. So I'm just mixing it up. And again, this is where you want to have enough for your project because to try to get the same color again, good luck, right? All right, so I'm just going to mix it up. And now we're ready to apply it to our project. Now I want something really organic. What you can do is go in and fill, maybe I'll do 2. Let me just grab another sheet here. If I have enough for 2. This one's a little bit bigger. Hang on. Okay. I don't know if I'll have enough, but okay, so I'm putting this on my silicone sheet to protect my area or wax paper, and I'm putting my mask on top of it. And I'm going to have a big glob of it. Now you could go over the entire thing. I don't want that look. I just kind of want an organic, not perfect background, right? So I'm just going to slap it on here. And then I'm just going to, if you've ever applied grout or drywall, whatever that stuff is, I don't know. So just kind of organic like that. You can make it a little bit more rough by dabbing it like that. Something like that. then you just peel off the mask. And you can see I've got some globs, and that's okay. It really is rough like a brick wall. So if you have any extras, like say you can do another one. I'm going to put it down in the same spot. Plastic lid from a yogurt container works too. Oh, to mix it up, you mean, Paulette? Good tip. So that was a little bit more than okay. I didn't really want to cover that much of my sheet. But having said that, I do want to make sure that it's going to be seen. So yeah, maybe I do need that much. Anyway, so if you've got a couple sheets, then you're not going to waste. Ta-da! Now, you want to go and rinse this off right away. I don't feel like getting up because I might break my head. Once I get squirreled in here, I can't really get out easily, so I'm just going to use a baby wipe right now. Let's face it, it wasn't all that clean to begin with. I'm going to just use my baby wipes. I could call my child in from the other room, but she's got her noise canceling headphones on and she probably wouldn't hear me anyway. So I'll just give it a quick little wipe. Then I'll soak it later. It's just easier to get off while it's wet. Okay, so yeah, to mix it. Okay, thanks, Paulette. Good tip. I always have little containers all over. I've got, well, okay, sometimes there's jelly beans in it, but I've got containers. I've got old ashtrays. You name it. I love little containers. Okay, so those are somewhat cleanish for now. So I'm going to set aside my... Okay, I'm going to set these aside to dry. It doesn't take long for them to dry, but we'll do some coloring in the meantime after I have a swig. Okay, so let's look at some of the coloring that Alyssa taught me. Again, these are all the same colors that I used. This one, Alyssa had gone with leaving these white to look like daisies, and that was all nice. I ended up coloring mine in. So, the colors that she used. The leaves are what really strike me. And that was my favorite, that's my favorite part to color. The flowers, yeah, they kind of do my head in, but I'm using fewer colors than she did just because I didn't really see much point on the yellow flowers. They're so small that really to use 3 or 4 different colors on them, it really didn't make that much of a difference to me. So I stamped this image earlier just to make sure that it was dry. So everybody remembers what ink we use with our blends. The rule of thumb is we use a smelly with a non-smelly. So these are smelly. This black ink is non-smelly. If you're using our Stampin' markers, they don't smell. You use it with our StazOn that does smell. So it's always a smelly with a non-smelly. Smelly, non-smelly, smelly, non-smelly. Okay? That's how you know which ink to use. It's all very scientific. But hey, that's the way I remember it. So I stamped it in the Memento about half an hour ago just to make sure it was good and dry, because although this is a non-smelly, if it's still a little bit wet, especially with the yellow, it will bleed. And I didn't want that. So the leaves are the easiest to illustrate how our blends work and how to get this nice gradual color. All right, so it's really dark down at the bottom and then it's going lighter. So what we do on that, we've got 4 colors, 4 markers here, and we've started with dark mossy meadow, or mossy meadow. Then we've got dark old olive, then light mossy meadow, then light old olive. Now, again, do you need all 4? No. You can do 2, you can do 3. And maybe we'll do just 2 or 3 and see if that looks any different, really. I don't think it will, but the way you want to operate the blends, first of all, when you go to open them, don't pull it. If you pull it, I can almost guarantee that you're going to get splatters of your alcohol all over your paper, okay? You want to just hold it like this, pry it with your thumb, okay? For this image, I've actually used the fine tip. And again, on our markers, you can see there's a fat line and a thin line. This is your fat brush end, right, for big coloring. And this is your skinny fine tip for thinner areas. Same thing operates on our regular markers. There's a fat line and a skinny line. This is our brush end. This is our journaling end, right? So fine journaling, thick felt. Okay. Now, we've opened up our blend. So when it comes to trying to do shadowing and shading, you want to just kind of go in and highlight where there would be a shadow. So if you're looking at this flower and the sun is shining on it, there's going to be a shadow on this part of the leaf. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to kind of trace around all of the petals where the light would be shining. Now I've done this wrong about 4 times because I keep thinking that this is a leaf, so it's not. So I'm just going to go around on all the petals where there is an intersection with the leaf. So far so good. So you can see these. I'm just tracing really the outside of the flowers. And I'm also just going to go around the inside of this leaf, even though there's not a flower there. And over here, we're tracing there. Now in here, I'm just going to color this in with the dark moss meadow because I know this is now the 5th batch of this pattern that I am coloring. And this little empty space I think is supposed to be green. So I'm just coloring that in with my dark moss there. So there's our first layer of the green and the dark moss. I think that's everywhere. Right, so put your lid on. Then I've gone in with the dark old olive. Again, skinny end, and I'm going to pry it off so it's not dripping everywhere. Then I'm just going to go in and I'm going to do a layer on top of the dark. Does that make sense? So I'm just going a little bit thicker, like I'm going a little bit wider. Still tracing. You can go in circles, you can go in straight lines. So I'm going to go back over it a few times. This is really boring to watch. And this is where it's really good on a video that I could speed up the camera if I had any clue how to do that. I don't. I'm working on it. That's the other thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to figure out, you know, YouTube videos, and I'm trying to do a lot. I'm just not very focused at the moment. It'll come, right? Okay. So there's that layer. Then you could just get away now with going with, this is the light moss meadow. So you could do the rest of the leaf that color, but I'm just doing a third. Oh, this one's running low. A third layer of green. You can always tell it's getting light, or it's running out when that squeaking really starts, when you have to push harder to get the alcohol out. Of course, I placed an order last night, but didn't know this was dying. I better add that down right now. Where's my pen? I need my pen. I don't know. Here's a pen. So what is this? This is my light moss meadow. Light mossy meadow. All right, so I'm going to keep going in and just blending these colors. I think I'm done there. Getting lighter as we go. Right, and then I'm going to go in with my light old olive and do the rest. And at this point too, I will go over the entire leaf. I want to lay down a lot of ink so that it really bleeds together. So you don't have any harsh lines, and it just gives a nice blended leaf. I'm getting better at not having the colors bleed outside the lines, but don't forget that we always have our color lifter too, that can help erase any lines if you do go over. Okay, so that was the quick and easy one. So I think what I'll do is I'm not going to torture you and unless you want me to torture you, to watch me do all the flowers. So there, isn't that pretty? How the colors just really kind of fade from one to the next. Now, if you want it even lighter, I did go back on some of these other ones I had done. I took my white color lifter, and you can just add some highlights. So this is really just like a bleach pen. And when it dries, it's going to take off some of that color and give it a little bit more highlighting. Okay, now what? Okay, so for the flowers, same process. But this time, I'm only going to use 2 colors. I think this one I think was maybe 3. She had used the Rococo Rose along with the Lovely Lipstick. So again, she used 3 or 4 colors. She used she did dark lipstick, dark Rococo, light lipstick, light Rococo. Again, I thought, there wasn't that much of a color. You know what? I think I'm going to change colors. Why don't we do a blackberry? Not blackberry. Razzleberry. I'm thinking razzleberry on this. Do you want to do razzleberry or peacock? Or what color should I use for these big? I think they're dahlias, whatever these are. What color should I use on those ones, guys? I don't think I want a blue. I've got a blue. Do you want to do rich raspberry? Sure, Tamara. That sounds good. All right. Glad we had this little chat. So, opening it carefully this way. I don't think this is going to work. I think it's going to pull the barrel right off. Yep. Okay, don't ask me how or why this happens. But it does, occasionally. And now I don't know. The lid is so tight. I've never really called them about it to get these replaced, but sometimes what I do is it's pulled the barrel right off. So I shove it back in and I try 3 or 4 more times to get it off without taking the barrel with it. Wish me luck. It's not feeling good. Nope. Okay, maybe we're not. I can't get it off. Oh, there we go. Don't tell my dentist I just did that. All right. All right. Seriously. I'm so classy. All right. I'll just shove that back on there and hope it's not dry. It's not. Okay, so this is the dark, dark rich raspberry. So same thing. I'm going to go in to my petals, and it's easier for me mentally to work from the outside in. So I hope you can see this, but probably can't because I can't really zoom in. But I'm going to trace the petals. So they're overlapping. That's where the shadowing is going to happen. So I'm just going to trace like the V around each of these petals. There's like a little V here, right? Same on this letter, this layer, a little V here. And really, it doesn't matter. Like you can't, if you get it wrong, so what? You're just looking for different shades, right? So this is kind of where I give up a little bit and go, I don't know what I'm doing. And there. There's some shading there. And then this big guy, the same thing. I'm just looking for the V's, really. Kind of the center of this guy. And here's a V. Here's a V. Okay. Like that, I think. Now I'm going to go in. I'm afraid to put this lid back on now. I might not ever get it off again. I'm going to go in with my light one, and I'm going to use the brush end just to speed things up. I find with these purples, they dry a much different color than they go down. So right now you're like, yikes, that's quite pinkish. It dries different. So I'm just going to go in, let them bleed together. And sometimes you have to go over it, you know, 4 or 5 times just to really get that. You got to lay down that ink, man. It's got to be wet. It's got to be going through to the other side, right? That's when it starts to really blend because it's so wet. Like that. Okay. Same with this guy. Now don't worry, these yellow ones I do aren't going to take long because they're so small. I really can't be bothered. Okay. Blend. Pretty. Then, again, if you think that you want some more shading somewhere, your coloring looks a whole lot better than mine. Thanks, Deb. It helps that the picture is really blurry. So I'm going to go back in. If you want some more shading, then this is the time to do it, right? Get a little bit darker here and there because it's quite wet and it should bleed. But if you just want a little bit more accent, go in now and do it. Plus, Debbie, you just had eye surgery, so how are your eyes? I was wondering that yesterday. Everything healing up? Okie dokie. All right, and if you want a little bit more light here and there, again, you can go in with your color lifter and just bleach it a bit here and there. Okay. All right. So that's that. The yellows, I'm going to go in with my Mango Melody. It is my color of choice these days. Mango Melody. I love it so much. So much. So this is the dark daffodil. That's not going to do it. Light mango. Where's my dark mango? Way over here. Oh, it was crazy on that guy. Dark mango. Okay. So I think I'm just going to go in all kind of willy-nilly. This one I think is drying out too. So I'm going to go in with the light and I'm just going to color all of them. Then I'll go back in with the dark to do some highlights. Sorry, it's not the most thrilling video, but I know it took, I actually watched quite a few videos when these things came out just to see how shading works. I'm not a photographer. I don't know how a lot of these things work. All right, Ken says good coloring. Thanks, Ken. Right, now I'm going in with my dark, and I'm actually just going to go in in a circle. You can go in and do the V's, but nah. I mean, you don't really want this to take 9 hours, do you? You're going to mail it off, and we pray they don't throw it in the garbage, right? My mom gives them back to me. Did you want that card? Yes. I don't even put her name on the envelope. I'm like, yeah, give that back. That's 25 cents, that envelope. All right, now I'm going to go in with the blue because that is going to tie in with our background nicely. And if I can find it, here it is. So here's the light and the dark, and this is the Seaside Spray. So I'm going to go in, and on these ones, I'm just going to color the whole thing and go back in with the dark to do a little bit of shadowing after. So you can do light first and then dark. You can do dark first and then light. And or you can switch it up, depending on your flower. Okay. So that's that. Hey, Nancy. So Nancy, I'm not very bright. So the other day I was reading one of your posts and somebody was commenting on it and said, way to go, Nan. I think it was when you posted that you made cards or something, or the Zoom meeting. Anyway, somebody said, way to go, Nan. And there were a few comments that said something about Nan. I went, well, that's so nice. She's somebody's Nana. I thought, wait a minute, she doesn't have kids. Why are they calling her Nan? And then I realized it's short for Nancy. Yeah. Yeah. Good thing I'm pretty. That's what we say to the kids all the time. Good thing you're pretty. And it's okay, you can marry rich. How's that for for giving our kids complexes? All right, I don't love the center of that beam blue, so I'm going to go back in. Debbie, so far everything is healing well. I was supposed to have an appointment with the eye doctor. Yeah, of course they didn't know. Still, yeah. That's because of the macular digit. Yes, okay, good. Well, I hope that you continue to be able to enjoy your craft. That's key. I can't imagine crafting without being able to have your eyesight. All right, so there's coloring, ladies. Now, let's move swiftly along. I kind of like this one. So I'm going to cut it out. I spent about 10 minutes looking for the die to cut this out, as I was convinced that there was one. And then I thought, well, where could it be? So I looked in the catalog, or I looked online, and yeah, oddly and rather annoyingly, the dies don't come with a die that cuts out this big bad boy. So what I will do in future is I'm going to stamp a bunch of them, and then I will go to my fancy scanning cut machine and cut them all out. And it will take 3 minutes, and I'll end up with dozens of them, and then I don't have to do this. What I will also do is possibly cut out a larger black mat, which I might do. So this is where you guys are going to come in and tell me what you think. I thought it might be nice to put this on a piece of black cardstock and cut it out to give a black mat, which is kind of where this came from. You have a few hundred kids. Yes, you do, Nancy. Yes, you do. You do. My teacher assistant friend, who now, with all the other teacher assistants, gets to wait to see when they get money again, hey? I'm so sorry for you, Nancy. It's a pretty raw deal. Okay, so there we go. I've cut that out. Now, let's go back to our little project. See how we're doing here. So this is one brick wall. Oh, This was the other one that's a little bit more full. I think which one do you like better? Vote now. This one, which is a little bit less, I think I like that one better, but don't let me sway you. Mind you, you guys usually the opposite of what I think anyway. I thought I was laid off, but oops, I wasn't. What? What's that, Nancy? I thought I was laid off. You weren't? Well, that's good, right? I hope. Okay, tell me more. I like this one, the darker one. So this one, you like the light one. Okay, Debbie likes the darker one. This one, Glenda, yeah, I like the light one. The one on my left, this one, a little bit less. Less is more. Yeah, it's a little patchy. I kind of like that. The light. Okay, but I obviously will save this for another. Totally works too. But I do like this one. Okay, we're going to go with this one. Now, what are we going to do for sentiment? So, again, I was playing and am I going to pop this up or am I going to pop all of this up? So many decisions, so little time. Okay, where did my sentiment go? Here it is. So, this might be too dark and too heavy, but I kind of like it in the black. So grateful. Or I can emboss black on white. Might be weird. I could emboss in any color. I could do it in the razzleberry. I could do it in the Seaside Spray. What should I do? black, I kind of like, but then maybe we probably should have some sort of a black somewhere else. Yes, you can't just say, oh, yes, Glenda. You know that there's a minute delay, right? So that kind of pops if I do a black. So let me trim this down. Oh, my back is angry, you guys. Very angry back. So that is 3 3/4 by 4.5, right? 3 3/4. Oh, by 5, I mean. Black. Okay, 3 3/4 by 5. So let me do a little black there, because really, just throw in a black sentiment, it's chaos. I don't like that it's black. You need some black somewhere else too. I like the black behind on an angle. Yeah, me too. Black back and black sign. Thank you, ladies. I like it when you agree with the master. I mean with me. Who am I kidding? You guys are the bosses. Okay, I like this too. So I'm going to show you a little trick on the embossing the sentiment. Because tricks are fun, right? So just look at, see, just a little peek, right? Just a little peek. Doesn't have to be a lot. So grateful. I could even put this up here. Oh, I like it covering a bit. I could make this a little bit smaller, but then I don't think I'd have the same effect. I like that. Okay. A couple jewels and Bob's your uncle, right? Why am I so thirsty? Ugh, I made a chili for dinner. Holy cow. Black sentiment, but no black layer. Oh, yeah. Is that too heavy now? All right. So without the black layer or with the black layer? Majority rules. You might be overruled on this one, Glenda. So there's just the sentiment. I can be persuaded. I can be swayed either way. It's just a little peek. You like the black layer, Tracy? Okay. Try having the blue flowers on the bottom. Try having the blue flowers on the bottom. Eh? Blue flowers on the bottom of what? With the black, okay. Explain, Virginia. Try having the blue flowers on the bottom. Hi, Sherry McNeil. I don't understand how I can have blue flowers on the bottom. Unless I recolor it. Explain yourself. All right. Okay, I think we're going to go with that. This needs to be a little bit brighter. Anyway, that's what I was saying. I made a chili for dinner. And now I'm really, 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 really thirsty. I'm going to try to lighten this up. I think we're going to need to use some Winka Stella. Get a little pop or some jewels or rhinestones or something there. Turn it around, but then it's upside down. Well, you can't have the flowers hanging upside down. That's weird. That's wrong. Virginia, you been drinking? Nope. Gotta be that way. Yeah. Actually, okay, here's another option. I might like the pink better. Okay, pink or purple? Vote now. I think I like the pink bird better. All right. While you're voting, I'm going to show you some tricks on embossing. I don't love this one embossing powder that I've got. Now, I think this is an old one. Winter White is old. I don't think we have the Winter White anymore. Thank you. We got to vote for pink. So Winter White, you know, is Winter White. It's not stark white. So let me just, okay, you guys chat and vote. Ow! I'm okay. I'm okay. It's dangerous in here, you guys. I'm going to try to find my other embossing powder. I just put it away, too. Gold. Let's see what we got here. I have a really sore knee. That's what I have. Really sore knee. I wonder if I have white. I have white. And a sore knee. Okay, so. I wonder if I have a different container. I think this is more white than my... God. Okay, I'm back. All right. You seriously entertain me so... Does my pain entertain you, Nancy? I'm so glad. Who was it who was telling me the other day? One of my friends was saying, oh, Glenda, it was, I think it was Marcy. We're talking about YouTube videos, and I need to get my YouTube going. And she says, well, just upload all your live videos. Like, you've been doing lives for, you know, Check It Out Tuesday forever. And I said, yeah, but I don't think I can upload these lives. Honestly, aside, if you're not watching it live with me, who would want to sit there for an hour and listen to the gong show that are my videos? Like, really? I'm, you know, anyway. Okay, so I had a couple of fails trying to do this. So I like to tell you about my fails because it proves that generally I don't know what I'm doing. But I fake it really, really well, right? Now, I wonder where the sentiment went. Here it is. All right. So the So Grateful is actually from the Ornate Thanks. So I am trying to, would you? Okay, Nancy. All right. I'll do videos for you. So this is the Ornate Thanks that comes with the Ornate dies. So I'm using the So Grateful from that. So what I was planning to do, let me just clean this bad boy off, is last week or the week before, Nicole had asked why I stamped my sentiment in white craft ink, then covered it in white embossing powder and heat set it, rather than using Versamark and covering it. And really, it was because the Versamark was way over there. Was the first thing. But originally I thought, well, if I stamp it in white, I was hoping it was going to be crisp enough that I wouldn't have to emboss it. But it wasn't. It wasn't juicy enough. So being sticky, I just put my embossing powder over. But so tonight I thought, all right, I will use my Versamark. Well, I know you guys can't see this, but when I inked this up, this photopolymer, it is sticky. And then I put it in the sticky Versamark, and it actually tore my paper. I stamped it and it tore the paper. It took it up. I tried it 3 times, and every time it tore the paper. So I thought, okay, I'm not doing that anymore. Now, you could use the white craft ink. It's wet, and you can stamp it in the white and then cover it with your embossing powder and heat set it. That would work too. But then your photopolymer, it gets all goopy and gunky. The white craft ink, you know, you can run it underwater, but the sink is way over there, and I'm way over here. So I don't like to do that. You can always use an ink and attach embossing powder to an ink. So that's what I did. This, I'm going to open this and see if it's white. I think it is. The sentiment here, I stamped it in black ink. It was wet and juicy, and then I just poured the embossing powder over it. You could do that with any ink. I could have stamped this in red ink. It doesn't matter the color of the ink because it's going to be covered by the embossing powder. Right? You're with me? So let me show you. I'm going to ink it up in my black. I'm going to get it nice and hopefully, well, I could probably actually use a juicier black. Let me grab one of my other 9 ink pads. Ah! Okay, that's how I end up getting ink everywhere. All right. How you doing today, Nancy? Feeling a little better? I was a little blah today. When we heard the news that really this is probably going to go until the social isolation is probably going to go on until July, like mid-July. That's starting to sink in. I miss my people. But more than that, I think of, like Nancy, you live alone. That kills me that you don't have the human touch, human contact. You've got your cats, thank God. Sorry, I'm going to use my Versamark here. And my embossing buddy just to get the static off of there. But to not have hugs. Sorry, I need my embossing mat too, or my foam pad under here. My parents, you know, how often do you think my mom and dad hug? You know, like really, have they hugged? And I don't know how often they hug. But they would get hugs from the grandkids, and now they don't. I know, Nancy, I need to hug you too. Oh, a bad day until you saw me. Oh, Nancy. And you know me and my 20 seconds of hugging. Today, Craig came up to me and he hugged me and I'm like, okay, who's counting? Like, it's so therapeutic and it makes me sad. Okay. And then you wipe off any flecks with your, this is your best, you know, stamping tool, your shirt. You wipe it off, right? I don't know. The whole thing, I was kind of down today. It's sinking in, like, how mentally, how are we going to be mentally 4 months from now where we haven't hugged our friends? Oh my God, right, Pat? You live alone too. It makes me so sad. So sad. All right, so you see what's going on here. I stamped it in black, but it is now white. All right, so we're going to heat set this. I tell you though, when this is over, I'm having one party. I think us girlfriends, I want to like rent the hall. I want to rent the hall and just have a big old knees up. Let me tell you. Okay, a friend of mine passed. Oh no, and all of us can't have a funeral. Oh my God, Nancy. Right, Virginia? I know it's seriously, it's messing with my head to think of all these people, and especially the seniors who don't understand, or if they have a bit of dementia or whatever the case is, right? If they don't understand what's going on, they just know people aren't coming to visit them anymore. And it's just, it's heartbreaking. The kids who are missing their birthday parties and the weddings, the babies, the grandmas who can't hold their first grandchild. Oh, it just breaks my heart. It really does. Okay, we're going to move on for a minute. Enough sadness. Okay, let's get happy again. Let's do some stamping here. But I only share that, like, you know, not to be a Debbie Downer, but we're all in the same boat, right? And I might come off real perky a lot of the times. Yeah, a lot of times I'm not so perky. I take on the emotions of my friends. I think that's, what's his name? St. Michael's, is it? There's the angel, I don't know, where you take on other people's emotions. And that's me. If my friends are hurting, boy, do I hurt. All right. I'm going to show you another trick. You've probably seen this one if you've been with me for a while. But this is like how you can get embossing of any color. So back in the day, Stampin' Up had craft ink, and you could stamp a sentiment or an image, and then you would cover it with clear embossing powder. So if you stamped it in rich raspberry, then you would have a rich raspberry sentiment or whatever it is. Well, you can do the same thing with our clear embossing powder. So here's my bucket of clear. We need to enjoy what we can. Spring weather. Yes, well, yeah, you've got some spring weather, Virginia. We got freaking two inches of snow the other day. Like, I'm back to wearing my winter boots. It was -20 yesterday morning. What? Spring, you guys have flowers. We're shoveling snow. I'm not kidding. We had the snow blowers out. It was ridiculous. Anyway, I digress. Let's make a blueberry bushel embossed image. So as long as your ink pad is nice and juicy and you've got crystal clear embossing powder, you can make a sentiment embossed in any color. So the key is it just has to be, I know, yuck. That's not the word I used when I looked out the window. Right, so it's nice and juicy. Stamp it. Lift it. Cover it in clear. Put the lid on. Look at this mess. Oh. And we're gonna heat set it. Okay, maybe I could watch. No, do not tell me about your daffodils, Glenda. I'll tell you where to put those daffodils. I'll say it lovingly, but I'll still say it. Yeah, I saw somebody else posting I don't know, they were doing some yard work and I just was not impressed. Anyway, so now it is embossed and you can do that in any color. All right, back to our project. Oh, okay, that didn't work out so well. Now I've got a blue sentiment. All right, back to where we put the lid on this and off we go. Put that closed. All right, allergy season has hit too. Ah, yeah, double-edged sword, right? All right, so back to our project. I'm going to start assembling this then. I used my mini trimmer. Freaking love that thing. Seem to have lost it in the last 9 minutes though. I wanted to trim it down a little bit more, but maybe not because I cannot find it. It is lost in the bowels of my... Oh, there it is. Top drawer. Why not? I know I shouldn't mess with this, but I'm going to. Let's trim this one off. Okay. So mini trimmer for anybody who joined Stampin' Up during celebrations. Here we go. I took my guard off. I don't know. Tracy said I could, so I did. But you have to really kind of hold on to it. Snap fast and hope your fingers aren't in the way. All right, there we go. Now this little guy could be a little trickier because I don't know if I've stamped it straight. How's that? Works for me. Okay, back to our project. I think I'm going to pop this layer up. Grab some dimensionals. Yeah, I think we're gonna have a block party too. Like I wanna close off the street and get to know the neighbors. Like even though I don't know their names, you know, walking the dog, you give them a wave. You know, I wanna meet these people. Been living here for, how old is Alicia? 14 years. Live on the edge. See what I did there? Tracy, you're funny. Okay, so I'm going to put this at a little bit of an angle. This one I'm going to tape. I'm actually going to use my fast fuse. Still have a lifetime supply of this stuff. Fast fuse, I'm going to put that straight like that. Sentiment. We decided on the pink. Did I have more votes on pink? I need to Okay. My friend's husband passed yesterday. Oh my God, Pat, I'm so sorry. Oh, Virginia. Unreal. Okay, what did we vote? Did we vote on pink? How is my hip? Oh, it depends on the day. It's actually been pretty good. I got one pink. I got one purple. So it's a tie. Somebody vote while I ramble. Yeah, the hip's not too bad. It's been good. I take what is it? Glucosamine? It's cow bone, whatever it is. I put it in my coffee every day. And I had stopped over Christmas. And then in January, I seriously felt like I was 94. I couldn't believe how awful I felt all the time. And I thought, oh, I stopped taking the cow bone. So I started taking it again, and it took about a month. But now, really, it's pretty good, all things considered. It hurt the other day. I was sitting funny on the weekend. I didn't sleep, and so I got up and I was sitting in the chair funny. So it's been acting up, and I really just need a chiropractor adjustment, but I will soldier on. All right, so there we go there. Here's our sentiment here, and I'm just going to tape that down. And I don't even think I'm going to get too crazy with the rhinestones. It's going to tape like that. So grateful. There's another sentiment I think I would like to put on the inside. This one. Of all the blossoms in life's garden, friendship is the most fragrant. I think that goes. It still goes, right? I don't usually stamp things on the inside, but I like that one. So your hip bone's connected to the cap. Tracy. Oh, she needs to get out more. Hey, girls. No, you're hilarious. You're hilarious. Let me find some jewels that will go with this. Part of me wants to do black. Not gonna lie. These were the ones from Christmas. These ones would look pretty because it's blue. Let's see. Let me see. No, I don't actually want them on the center. Yes. Maybe? I don't want them on the flowers per se, I don't think. I think I just want... Could it be that simple? Wait, this one's wrong. It's stuck. Dang it. When you want them to stick, they don't. I took sharp cartilage, went to a bar and my eyes glowed. Scared my brother's friend. She thought, what? What do you mean your eyes glowed? What? Sharp cartilage. Look, you guys. I need some wink. I need some wink in the middle. This guy's just a little bit dull. How pretty is this card? You guys need this bundle, okay? You need this bundle. Okay, you don't need it, but you should have it. I like it. And I'm sure by the time June rolls around, I will be sick to death of it. Because you know what us demonstrators are like. You get a new stamp set and you use it exclusively, and then you get sick to death of it. What time is it? It's 8:03. Beautiful card, gorgeous. Thank you. So I'm going to give the credit to Alyssa Tilsner, though, because that's what inspired me. So it's different than her card, but you know, I use the brick background, and so that's how it works. You know, you get inspiration from someone or something, and then you kind of make it your own. Now, if you want to run away, run away. But if I can clear space on my desk, I'd like to show you the dies, if I can find them, because this one was pretty cool. Aw, thanks, Nancy. Maybe I'll mail it to you to cheer you up. Huh? What do you think about that? Okay, so I want to play with these for a minute. All right. You know there's going to be a crash. So this is the one that intrigues me the most. And where did that strip of excuse me, I'm gonna use this old scrappy stuff. Okay, so let's have a little play here. I'm gonna run this through the Big Shot. Excuse me. Scratchy throat. Water break. Has the, aside from excuse me, being pixelated, have we frozen up at all tonight? Tracy, the Big's flower stamp is the best part of the set. Come on. Come on, Tracy. Get on board. Once you play with it, right? And so you saw my Spotlight card. That was epic, don't you think? I love that card. I don't know where it is. It's a really good card. It was a good one. Perfect technique. I don't know. You know. It's not here anymore. I don't know where. Oh, look, there's another package of rhinestones. Oh, all right. I had, oh, anyway, never mind. Look at that, pretty. All right, back to my, back to my cutting. Okay, we're gonna run this to the Big Shot. No freezing up, good to know. I like the border dies the best. Ken says very nice. Thank you, Ken. Why is Ken watching? How bored? Or you just want to see the cult that I've got your wife dragged into here. All right, so check this out. This is so trippy. Look at this. All right, I'm gonna move this so you can see. It's probably gonna drop on my toe. And then I'll bring it back up in a minute. So check this out. Do you have this one, Tracy? Like, do you have this yet? So I don't really understand what I'm gonna do with this yet. I think it goes on the edge of a card, right? So then this would be, let me pretend this is the edge of a card. Is that how that's supposed to work? I think so. Because look how pretty. at that. Isn't that fun? So, here's what you do. Let's pretend that this is your card. Okay, pretend this is your card. No, it's totally the wrong color. I'm the wrong size, but anyway. So if, no, stop it. Let's do over. So pretend this is your card and you've just cut this on the edge, and then you could put an, oh, Tamara, words. Use your words, Tamara. Stop it. Let's use a color I don't like. What color don't I like? I don't think I like this one, because I know what I'm trying to tell you, but it's not happening. I'm having trouble with words. Where's my cutter? Cutter. Yoo-hoo. Here it is. Found it. All right. It's cool, right, Sharon? It's very cool. Okay, so if I cut this at 5.5, so this is my card base. And let's say instead of, like, normally, right, we fold it in half. I'm going to run it through the Big Shot. Oh my God. All right. That's why my floor looks like it does. All right. Now, I'm going to get the die, and I'm going to, oh, I want it to go through this way ideally, but it won't fit that way. So this, I never put the dies through this way. You know that. All right, but anyway, let's see what this does. Layer. It's a sign of craziness or something, I'm sure, Virginia. Yeah, that, you guys know we don't put it through the Big Shot like that. We always put it through this way, because look it doesn't cut when you do it this way. All right, plan B. Plan B. Cutter. Where'd it go? Where'd I put it? Oh, here it is. Same place it was before. Okay, so I'm gonna do this for demonstration purposes. So that is exactly why we put it through the Big Shot the way Tamara says, up and down, because it didn't cut. Because it only touches the rollers for that little nanosecond. So I'm gonna line it up again, and it will, like, it's fit back into that spot. So I'm gonna run it through again. Ow. I'm okay. Love it. Okay, putting back on the floor again. Now, where was my card? There we go. Where's my little brush? Brush. Don't know. Flick it. Okay. Check it out. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. Look at that. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh. Okay, shh. Shh. That didn't happen. Oh. Shh. Okay, it was pretty. It was pretty. Look how pretty that is. Okay, all right. Anyway. Let's look at some of the other dies, because why not? I'm sorry, Sharon. I'm sorry, Sharon. I'm sorry, Ken. Don't divorce her. It's my fault. Sharon, you're not that far from promoting. You know that, right? I even told you how much, right? But we'll talk when Ken's not listening. Sorry, Ken. Love you. All right. Let's look at these other dies. So we've got this rosy one. All right. Let's see what this one does. You guys won't leave me, will you? You're just going to hang out with me all night long. All night long. All night long. I lost the cutting pad. see it, Lionel. That's okay. I got another one on the floor. Oh my God. Okay. There we go. Here's another one. La la la. I'm on sick leave. Oh, Sharon, it kills me. You guys need to get a break. You need to catch a break. I mean, that's fine. You got all month for this. It's on offer all month. Oh, there, I found the other plate. Okay. So, look what happened here. More mess on my floor, but look how pretty that is. So again, you would want that on the edge of your card, right? If you could get it through, where's that pretend card I had? Yoo-hoo, card. There we go. So if that was the edge of your card there, how pretty is that? Yeah. Now, there is this one, and it has a buddy. See if I can get them lined up. Last time I had it turned upside down. Is it for this one, Tracy? How did I? No, wait, what? This one. Does that line up? Yes, it does. So, say I wanted to cut out this whole thing and not have it on the edge. Now you put this die down. Can you see that? Put this die down here. She said confidently. I don't know how close to get it. I think it's there, right on top of it. Okay, let's try that then. Again, you know that you're going to put some self-adhesive. Does the skinny line up with the one? Yeah, exactly, Tracy. Yeah. You're going to want some self-adhesive stuff on the back of this, because good luck getting that glued onto anything. Okay, so those are those pieces. What's this one do? This one, okay, I've cut this one before. Let's see what this one is. Maybe I need a longer piece of paper. Okay. Here we go. 8:14. We've done a lot of chatting. Feels like it's a lot later. What's this? What's happening here? Oh, I don't know about this. Oh, okay. Okay. All right, then you flick, get it all over the floor, drive your husband crazy. Okay, so that all flicks out. Now, what you can do is you're gonna take these little bad boys, these ones, you're gonna run those through in a whole other color. Hours of entertainment in these dies. All right, so we're gonna run them through. Okay, and they look like ghosts or something with faces. How cute are they? Anybody else see that? Oh, oh. Don't hurt me. Okay. Yeah, the family kind of going around the bend a bit. Anyway, so then these, I'm thinking, light up on here or something like that, don't they? I think they're supposed to. Anyway, you get the idea. You can decorate like that. Fun, cute. These ones are just edges. Let's see what that does. So that's gonna give a nice edge. Hello, Gayleen. You missed all the fun, girl. You're gonna have to go back and watch the replay. Dust bunnies. Dust bunnies with faces. Okay, so that's an edge to your card, obviously, right? I just didn't put it on the edge properly. Nice, nice. And the pieces do fall off, like, easily. Like, some of our other dies, you'd be sitting there for 20 minutes trying to get all those little bits out, right? But I find the new dies are way better than the old dies were. Right? Darn Sizzix. Good riddance to them, I say. Now this one is what? Just another edge. It's good to have a play with these guys when you first get them. You don't really realize what they do. And so the first time I went to use this one, I was very confused as to what the heck was going on. Okay, so this one, oh, look at that, you guys. So again, just another fun edge. And the pieces just fall out. So, that is that. Okay, don't like doing that. But I'm going to do something with this next. Am I meeting with you guys again? I don't think I have anything else on the books. I need to get my head together. I want to do, all right, maybe like vote now if it's something that you would do. I want to do some online classes, but again, it needs to be, oh, good, Gayleen, have a good play with those. I want to do a class, huge price point, right? Like between $25 and $45. But I need you guys to have the stamp set so that you can actually stamp. The last class darn near killed me to design. So I might have 5 of these on the way, and I've got one for me and then one for, so I've got 6 of these in total. So I think I'm going to do a class of masculine cards. No, they don't have to be masculine, I suppose, but cards using this set. And that would be about, let me think, maybe to include the mailing. So I would mail you, or I'd get you the templates for the, like the cutout, like the paper and the, oh my God, the layers and the envelopes and all that stuff. Oh my God, the projects. So I might have to mail those, but the prep of that, so this would probably be a $25 or a $30 class is what I want to start working on. Did you have a good meeting with Dale last night? Oh, Debbie. Yes, I did. Thank you very much for asking. I did have a good meeting with Dale. Okay, so I'm just telling you guys because too bad. I wasn't told I couldn't say anything. So when I was all giddy 2 weeks ago about what was going on, I'm on a new council with Dale and some fabulous demonstrators from across the country. And, well, and Sharon, okay, so back and forth here. So Sharon, you have that set. That's great. Then I would just charge like $15 for the cards, if that makes sense. So I would cut everything. So it's as if you were coming to my class, but you just either have to come and get the pieces or I get them to you or whatever. Speaking of, I have to your place sometime because I've got your ink refills and I have something else for you. What do I have for you? I forget. Is it a paper pumpkin refill? I don't know what it is. I have something for you. Anyway, I'll come over at some point. Yeah. So I'm on a council. And we are what are we calling ourselves? We are calling ourselves the Canadian Community Council. And yeah, we're just going to be trying to build the community through with the demonstrators and then to help demonstrators build community with our customers, and very exciting. So we met for the first time last night. And why are we looking at this? Let's look at this because it's so pretty. Yeah, so that's what we met about last night and why we were doing Check It Out Tuesday on a Wednesday. So that's it. I'm done. It's 8:21. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting together, but with anybody, with a Zoom the rest of the week, but I might pop in on Friday. We'll see where I'm at. I need to focus and plan some classes. But I'm thinking that one in May. And then I was going to do this bundle, actually. So I had a flyer all worked out, and I had 3 cards that we're going to do. And there's going to be options. Let me think. It was going to be $20 just to get the cards so that you can make the cards for demonstrators who have the bundle or the set already. It's going to be $40 to get just this stamp set. plus the cards. It's going to be $65 to get the 2 stamp sets and the cards. But then my head wanted to explode, and I wasn't sure about the projects, because once I start making them, I don't always love them. And that's what happened here, is I didn't love Alyssa's when I was making it, so it changed a bit, right? So I think I'll do that offering for May. The other thing is Easter is in April, and so shipping is a problem right now. And also my friend Laurel might not be available in May, and girl Laurel. So I think I'll do a bundle with this class. I'll put out the poster soon, but it will be a May class, because again, with the shipping is being delayed because of the C word. And then with Easter, we're going to lose 2 shipping days with that. So I don't want to be stressed about product not arriving in time and having everybody get it. So yeah, I think there's going to be a $20, a $40, and a $65 option for, I'm thinking, this card, and maybe my spotlight card, which if I could find it, I would show it to you, but I don't know where it is. Anyway, wherever it is, it's lovely. And a third card that I will be making this week. Don't know where it is. But you know the one I'm talking about, spotlighting. Just don't know where I put it. Somewhere in this nightmare. Right, so that's it. So, okay, now you are freezing up. Okay, then that means it's time to go. I miss your face too, Nicole. Honestly, like I miss my people, and it's gonna. I need to mind over matter, right? Yeah, I miss my hugs. I miss my people, and I miss Tracy's dip. Darn it. 8:24. Go hang out with your family. I'll see you guys soon. All right, love you guys.